Speak.
Oh, now you want to talk to me?
I have a task for you. Of late, there are many in this house who have come to view my authority with disdain. As such, there is need of someone unbiased by our house's history and the traditions therein. Someone such as you. We must move quickly. The Tuatha will not hold their strikes for long. Let us stop their next blow.
Alright, how can we stop the Tuatha?
You fail to understand. Although the Tuatha wage war with us, as they have with the Alfar, they do so by other methods. Our enemies are subtle. They target individuals, not armies. They strike at convictions, not cities. And by doing so, they can retreat to where we cannot find them. For all our years of struggle, we know only this, that our enemy is led by a Tuatha agent, Saturnin. He is the master of this shadowy coup.
Okay, so how do we find Saturnin?
We cannot right now. He hides himself and covers his tracks well. But I have a lead which you will investigate with one of our delvers, Taibreah. A tender, Katarok, has fled the house and killed a fellow member in doing so. I suspect Saturnin's influence, or perhaps that Katarok might be Saturnin himself. Bring Taibreah to the body of Katarok's victim. Though dead, the sorrows will remain on the corpse. The sorrows can lead us to Katarok. Members of the house may choose one of two paths. The path of the Delver, or the path of the Tender. Delvers are those who commune with the sorrows of the living Fae and the recently deceased. They draw forth these sorrows and assume them. However, most Delvers lost their talent over these last few centuries. But our youngest, Taibreah, shows some promise.
Interesting. What are tenders then?
The tenders are those sacred few who oversee the decay and decomposition of a Winter Fae's body. They also oversee the midden itself. For like a body, the midden is a physical thing, a vessel for rot and ruin, that which is required for death to become rebirth. Finally, they once tended to the gallows tree, but that was before the Tuatha perverted it.
Alright, so...
There is a tender named Katarok who has fled our ranks. He is somehow tied to Saturnin. I am certain of it. I want you to find him and put an end to him. For if he is not Saturnin himself, then he is betraying our secrets to the Tuatha.
So I need to investigate a murder. And also confront the dude. Oh, quest. Nothing.
Mortal, there is something that requires the attention of one of your kind. You have been to the midden, yes? The sacred ground being desecrated by the corpses of your kind?
What's needed in the midden?
The nature of my request is not something the midden needs, but something the midden should do without. The corpses of your brethren have been thrown into the midden as a declaration of hostility by the Tuatha. But they do more than signify a point. Their corruption and rot have drawn an ancient Lianshi Mithgra from slumber. She gluts herself on the bodies and will further corrupt the midden if unchecked.
What does Mithgra want?
To feed, Lianshi are drawn to death and decay. Something Winter Fae embody in spirit, but which mortals embody in flesh. When mortal corpses began appearing in the midden, Mithgra was unable to resist the temptation before her, and now she runs rampant.
I can kill her.
You cannot hope to solve the problem with a simple application of violence. Biathra is old, and she is wise to obvious attacks on her. Searching will yield no quarry, so you must be cunning. If we cannot find her in the midden, we can force her to return to her den beneath the house. Find fresh corpses, the ones Mithgra prefers to eat, and cremate them. With no food to scavenge, she will return to her den. Then you can kill her.
Okay.
If there was anyone meant to bear the title King of Sorrows, it was him. Had we not succumbed to the Tuatha's bargaining, he would have been king. Instead, we turned our backs on him.
I don't remember who this Kaiden guy is.
The gallows tree is the silent sentinel of the Midden, demonstrating how life grows out of death. It justifies our existence, defines it. It is a symbol not only of the House of Sorrows, but of the Winter Fae. To bear one's corpse upon it was a sacred rite, until the Tuatha defiled it with mortal remains. It is from these halls that we of the House safeguard the oldest traditions of winter. It must be shown due reverence. She is an ancient and powerful Lianchi. Normally she hibernates in the Midden, but the recent influx of dead mortals has driven her to feed. It will only be a matter of time before she further corrupts the Midden with her presence. For the House's sake, she must be put down. I have nothing more to say about him other than history will know him as the victor.
Oh, damn.
We keep the Midden as a monument to the debt we Winter Fae have made with nature. But now the Midden is defiled, and we can do our task no longer. It was a gift of the Earth to commemorate the rot and decomposition of the Fae. Then the Tuatha sullied it with the corpses of their prisoners. Mortals do not decay like Fae do. Mortals putrefy and corrupt. The Midden and the House now feel this grisly taint.
Jeez.
With great difficulty. She is clever, and hides well when any come hunting for her. To search for her outright would be folly. But with some cunning, we can force her to appear. Mithra prefers fresh corpses. Destroy those, and she would likely return to her den to wait for more. Locate any fresh corpses you can find, and cremate them. Without food, she will stop scavenging and return to her den. Make haste!
Alright, cool. Let me pursue this quest. Let me see, this is the way out. Let me go look at the other area real quick.
Speak.
Interesting. They're all just chilling here. Just praying. Atea, Stillity. And where the hell does this go? This goes back to the Midden. This goes where? Also the Midden? It's different areas, I guess. Let me see where this goes. Just curious. Oh. Okay.
It seems there were more to the rumors of Bisarane's pet mortal than I gave credit. I am Atea, Lord Keeper of the House.
She probably has a lot to say.
Once a gentle place where the bodies of the Winter Fae were returned to the earth, the Midden is now a mire of filth, of putrid mortal death. Be careful when within. I hold the lore of the House in my being. It is a responsibility that I alone can bear. As such, I am neither Delver nor Tender. Though he fights in the name of our people, I cannot help but feel abandoned by him. I only hope this war does not consume him. Delvers are not chosen. Though many wish to follow in the steps of the Weeping King, few have his gift. Those that do, then, are compelled to serve as he did. There has always been a House of Sorrows, it seems. Not long after the birth of the Winter Fae came the Weeping King, and with him, the House. There is no precedent for a foe like this. Even in the ancient wars, no Fae ever acted in a manner such as Saturnin. I am at a loss to know what we must do to stop him. I do not believe it is a victory we can achieve.
For a lore keeper, she's actually not saying much.
Delvers see to the sorrows of a Fae, but Tenders see to his flesh. When a Fae dies, Tenders take the body to the Midden and see it safely into rot. Until next time.
So,
Studi.
there is a mortal after all. Bisarane has done little in his time as king that has been quite so progressive as welcoming a mortal into our fold.
Yep.
I have given up mortal. It is the way of life to struggle, I think, in the jaws of death. But how can we consider ourselves devout if we struggle? No. Let us lay down our arms, let us lay upon the midden soil and pass on. His is the voice that cries out when struck dead. I see only doom for our people, and neither Bisarane nor Sidon can avert it.
Sidon.
In time, they might be able to perform their roles once again. But what use are delvers that can hear no sorrow? Tensions run high among their ranks. Quiet place once. I used to watch the rooks and crows rest gently upon its boughs, but now the beasts are savage things, glutting themselves on rotten flesh. How fitting, I think, that this place becomes like the bodies we tend, empty, cold, and eventually consisting of nothing. It is said that Saturnin is one of us, one of the house. But who? Why would one of us betray us to the Tuatha? Be safe.
Power, glory, money, wealth. So many reasons. Alright, let me go see. Take care of this quest real quick. Kill this frickin' Lianchi. What's this? Oh, I may as well do this one. There's something right here. Voices of the Dead. Let's go.
So, you were the mortal. There were whispers that Bisarane had welcomed one of you amongst us. But to pick the siege breaker, I am awed. I forget myself. Bisarane has made his wishes clear, and we must do as he asks. Are you ready to begin?
Who are you?
I am Taibreah. I have only 2 centuries to my name. I was asked to join the house because of my abilities. I can hear them, the sorrows in people, the essence of decay and ruin that precedes winter. I can even hear the sorrows faintly in you. Few delvers are left who can hear any sorrows at all, but never have any claim to hear them as much as I. Many believe me to be a liar, or an abomination.
Abomination, damn. Why do you need my help?
The Midden was once a sacred place for the House of Sorrows, for all Winter Fae, where the bodies of the dead were left to decompose. Our bodies do not rot as mortal corpses do. So when Saturnin placed the bodies of mortals here, they putrefied, corrupting the Midden. Scavengers and beasts now roam the Midden, and the body we seek is deep within. I must have someone to watch my back. Farewell.
Alright. What's this? Wow, immediately? Alright. Oh god. What's happening? Bro, what? Oh, damn.
Yes?
Let's go.
The body is here. I must begin my work. But the magic is sure to draw the wild fae in the area. Hold them back while I commune with the sorrows. Farewell.
Okay. You do your thing. That's the body. What? So buggers. Here you go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, wait. Get out of here. You. Damn, not really getting a lot of XP. Ooh, nope. Who's this name? It's Boggarts.
Yes? It is done. Cadoroc's sorrows left a strong impression on the corpse. He is hiding in the Siren Crypt in the Drowned Forest. You should go there, but be wary. The impression Cadoroc left on the body was conflicted. Something is not right here. I will return to the house. With the beast beaten back, it should prove safe enough now. We, are the backbone of the house. Delvers can look into the essence of Winter Fae, find the sorrows within, and take upon that burden. The Weeping King was the first to perform this function. The Delvers witnessed his powers, and imitated as they could. Only now, no Delver has this art, save for me.
Alright, you need to be the new leader. That's it. Calling it now.
Before there was a Court of Winter, before there was a House of Sorrows, there was the Midden, a place where Winter Fae would come to die. The bodies left to rot here mark the covenant of the house. Though the Winter Fae may stave off decay to create its courts and culture, they cannot escape it forever. He is the Faithloke Tocht, the choking vine. He reaches from briars dark and unknown to strangle the life from us. To be a member of the house is a great honor. Without the House of Sorrows, there would be no Court of Winter, no culture in these lands, only winter. It is the emblem of the house. It is the heart of the Midden. It is said it has always been here, even during the times of the Weeping King.
Okay, so where can I find Katarok?
The dead do not speak lies. Katarok has gone to Siren Crypt in the Drowned Forest. It was once a mighty fortress, but like all things in this war, it was reduced to ruin. Lesser, cruder beasts and beings walk its halls now. For Katarok to hide there, it makes little sense. But from what the Sorrows told me, it seems as though he had nowhere else to go. Farewell.
Okay.